Hi, my name's Arlen, and I know that a lot of you are new to this channel because this is a new channel. So welcome here. This is an important episode to me and very timely in my mind. If you were to lose power tomorrow, and if grocery shelves emptied overnight, would you know how to feed yourself and your family? With no kitchen appliances, no gadgets, no fridge, no modern kitchen, just fire and some basics. I'll be using this knife and this Dutch oven in this episode, and I'm going to be working on my skills. So join me and we'll learn together. North America, where I live right now, it is a historical anomaly. There's abundance at my fingertips, but that is changing fast. I've heard it over and over in the comment section of my videos. It's hard to afford stocking up right now. Agriculture is failing in places that it never has, and I've seen it. My day job is actually working at correcting this. Water shortages, crop failures, and supply chain issues. Today I'm going to show you how to prepare real sustaining food with no electricity required, just like people have done for centuries, and why you need to start learning these skills now. In the 1930s, families in the Dust Bowl in the Great Depression, they scraped together meals from canned goods and home-preserved meats and flours. During World War II, bread was rationed and people made stews from scraps. These weren't luxuries, they were survival. So food skills saved lives back then, and I believe they will again. So let's start with something that keeps well, stores without any refrigeration, and gives you protein when meat is scarce. And that's jerky. The ingredients are beef. Today, I'm going to use beef, but you can use any other lean meat. Do not use pork. And salt and pepper. Very simple. It starts with a fire. Just a small one to get some coals going. After the fire's going well and dies down to coals, then you can add your smoking wood material. Hardwoods preferably. These are prunings from our cherry and apple trees which were saved for this purpose. You want lean meat. I like beef, venison, moose, elk, goose, duck, but you got to use just the breast on the goose and the duck because fat goes rancid. So cut it off and then cut your meat thin, about 1/4 inch thick. I'm using this field knife, just like I said at the start of the video, on purpose. It is a hefty survival blade, but it still works for this kind of fine work, as you can see. I'm just using salt and pepper, no marinades here. This is how it's been done for centuries. The key here is low and slow. You're not cooking this meat, but drying it out over the smoke. This might take 6 to 8 hours depending on the heat level and the smoke. So add smoking wood as needed, and this sun sure helps too. When it's done, it should snap but still have a little chew to it. This will last for weeks, even months, if it's kept dry. Do not get it wet. Next up, I'm going to show you how to make fresh bread in that Dutch oven just over coals. So here we go. The first thing we need is ingredients. We've got 3 cups of flour, 1 teaspoon of salt, 2 tablespoons of baking powder, 1/4 cup of oil or melted butter. I'm using avocado oil in this case. And then 1.5 cups of water, or whatever forms the dough with the flour that you're using, because flours are variable. Add the dry ingredients to the bowl and then add your wet ingredients. Stir until you've got some rough dough, then shape it into a ball, then press it out into about the same size as the bottom of your Dutch oven. This Dutch oven is well seasoned, but when I make bread in there, because I have it, I use parchment paper to line the bottom and a little bit up the sides so that it's just so easy to clean up. Alternatively, if you do not have parchment paper that you can put in the Dutch oven, just grease it with butter or tallow all over the bottom and then up the sides. Then you want to arrange the coals so that you have a ring about the same size as the bottom of your Dutch oven. Then stockpile some coals and set them aside for putting on the top once it's in there. This is your oven now. When you add those coals to the top, you've got top and bottom heat. And it's important to have a lot on the top and less on the bottom because heat rises. So in 30 to 40 minutes, you will have hot, fresh bread with no electricity. This bread is simple to make, it is calorically filling, and it is a bit of a comfort food, especially if you add some butter. So this is exactly what your body needs in a crisis. Now let's turn that jerky we made earlier and shelf-stable food into a hearty stew. All of this could come off of a pantry shelf. You don't have to make the jerky. You could buy some, or you could have fresh or canned meat. Here's the ingredients for the stew. It is 3 cans of mixed veggies with potatoes. It is 4 tablespoons of a gravy mix. It's a handful of jerky, chopped or torn up. And it's water to your desired thickness. Now those canned vegetables come with water included, so I just dumped the whole thing, and that is the base of my gravy. But if you need more water, you can add it. So using the heat from the coals, you bring this to a simmer and then let it go for about 20 to 30 minutes. The jerky softens, it releases all of its flavor, and you get a protein-rich hot meal. Isn't this amazing? This is all without electricity. So this is how you stretch shelf food and how you turn rations into comfort. I know many of you have expressed that food is getting more and more expensive. And yes, we need to look around. Prices are going up. Farms are failing. I see it every day. And the systems that we rely on are fragile. You don't want to be learning these skills after the shelves go bare, the power goes out, all of these different things kind of come together in one nasty little day. You want to know how to feed yourself now with fire and some basic tools like I've demonstrated. With what you've stored and with skills passed down from the generations that came before us. If this is something that you have never done, I would encourage you to start small. Make some jerky this weekend or bake bread over coals. Practice the stew. Teach someone else. Do it together with your kids. Because when the hard times hit, and they will in my opinion, it's too late to start learning at that point. You're way behind. So until next time, prepare well, stay calm, and keep the fire going.